Hey guys, welcome back to Transformation Talk. This is Mickey Campbell here, and I've been doing this Transformation Talk. I think I've got 6 or 7 episodes out now, and I realized I haven't really introduced myself to everybody, and so I just kind of wanted to get it out there and let you guys know a little bit more about me and who I am and what I do. So I'm Mickey Campbell, and I'm a transformation coach. I'm based out of Anderson, South Carolina. But I do have the ability to train people all over the world with my Get Right transformation training app. It's something that I developed. I didn't actually develop the app, but my transformation training program is something that I developed in 2010 after my own personal transformation journey. See, I grew up being athletic. I played sports growing up, and then I became a professional wrestler. At the age of 18 years old is when I started my training. I signed, I started doing it pretty much full time for a little while at 19. I had an on and off again relationship with pro wrestling from 1989 until 2007. And pro wrestling is kind of like people, you may know someone that plays in a band. If they don't have a record deal with a record label and they're kind of playing gigs on the weekend, playing, events and things like that, then they usually have to have another job. So I wrestled pretty much from 89 to 93. I got out of it at that point and got into law enforcement. In 93 to 96, I was a police officer in Lawrence, South Carolina, worked for the city police department. Really enjoyed that. But as you know, police officers even today don't make a really substantial income. So we often had to do extra duties or find a part-time job. And long story short, I found a part-time job at Top Shape in Greenville, South Carolina as a personal trainer, and I fell in love with it. And in 1996, my law enforcement career came to an abrupt end for some political reasons and decisions. I decided that it was time for me to get out of law enforcement, and I had really fallen in love with personal training. The thing that I loved about law enforcement was not arresting the bad guys as much as it was being able to be in a position to help people. And personal training offered me the opportunity to do that in a way that was more motivating and positive for everybody involved, and I just really enjoyed it. I fell in love with lifting weights and working out when I was 12 years old. I got an old cement weight bench for Christmas one year that year, and I really just fell in love with it. I fell in love with it throughout high school football and stuff, and even as a police officer, I competed in the police Olympics and in weightlifting and powerlifting, and I just really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being able to share that with other people that had goals that they wanted to achieve and fulfill. Always been a very goal-oriented and goal-motivated type person. That followed me through my law enforcement career and in competing in the police Olympics, and then as a personal trainer. I got into powerlifting as well. I started back pro wrestling in 1997, and I wrestled again until 2007. Made it to fairly high status in that endeavor. I became a NWA Anarchy World Tag Team Champion. I was actually booked on the WWE shows Raw and SmackDown as an extra talent guy. I wasn't a superstar, but I did get 3 WWE paychecks. So I did wrestle with the WWE. I did work with the WWE, and really enjoyed that. In 2007, my wrestling career ended due to injury, and so that cut that short. And I started back personal training after dealing with depression from that injury. I went on into a depression and went on to gain up to 328 pounds from 2007 until March of 2009. At that point, I decided that it was time for me to get my life back. I was tired of living the way that I was living. I was unhappy with everything in my life. I was completely miserable. I don't know if you've ever been in that position or not, but I was in a place that I didn't like myself at all. I didn't like anything about me. I was kind of trying to hide from myself and definitely trying to hide from everybody else. Even when I went out in public, I tried to stay in the shadows. I hated going to social gatherings. I hated seeing people that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I really even just hated meeting strangers because I could tell the way people looked at me, especially, people that knew me. And when they saw me in that shape, they could tell, and just the sadness that came across their face. I could really tell that they felt bad for me. And then even worse than that was the strangers. I would see them and I'd see a look of pity on their face. So I really was at a place that I knew that it was time for me to do something. So I set some goals and set out to achieve those goals. And my goals were, I started in March of 2009. I wanted to lose 100 pounds by my birthday, which is September 1st. So I set out on a goal to do that. That was my first transformation journey, and I was able to achieve that simply by following the steps that I had taught other people during my personal training career. Basically set a goal, make a commitment to the goal, develop a plan, execute that plan, and persevere, and you can accomplish anything, especially in a transformation. It's not as much a physical thing as it is a mental thing. 10% of it's physical. I mean, you do have to put in the work, and you do have to be consistent with that, but 90% of it is a mental battle. So I was able to achieve that goal, and then I went on to set goals to compete in the South Carolina NPC State Bodybuilding Competition in June of 2010. My goal for that was just I wanted to place in my class, but I also just didn't want to embarrass myself on stage, and I wanted to inspire other people through doing that and through the journey that I had been on, because I know how bad I felt. I know how miserable depression was for me. I know the place that I was in my life, and I honestly just hate to see anybody feel that way. So I wanted to do what I could do to motivate other people, not to stay stuck in that rut, not to stay in a place that they weren't happy, not to stay in a place that they just didn't care about themselves anymore. So my goals then became to compete in that competition and hopefully place in my class, but to inspire other people and just to be able to make myself proud for what I was able to do through my transformation journey. And I also wanted to be featured in Flex Magazine. It was kind of, I don't know, some of you may not even know what Flex Magazine is, but it's the biggest, at that time, biggest bodybuilding magazine in the world. And I had been a fan and a subscriber for years. And so they have a section that's called Talk Back section, and it kind of just shared stories of people that weren't necessarily professional athletes and their journeys, and I wanted to be featured in that. So I was blessed to fulfill both of those goals. I came in third in that state bodybuilding competition in my class, the junior heavyweight class, and I weighed 202 pounds. So I lost a total of 126 pounds in just a little over a year, from March of 2009 till June of 2010. But I was able to put back on a substantial amount of lean muscle and achieve those goals in bodybuilding. I was honored by the NPC state chairman, Trey Bennett, called me out on stage and awarded me with an Inspirational Athlete Award. I was blown away by that, didn't see that coming, but it was fulfilling to me because my goal was to try to inspire other people, and I was blown away by the people that came up to me and told me that my story was inspiring to them. Some of the athletes shared family members' stories with me and talked to me about inspiring their family members, and it really just fulfilled me to be able to be in a position to do that, and I was blessed with that opportunity and very thankful for it. Shortly after that competition and that period of my life, I started back powerlifting. I mentioned that I had done the Police Olympics, but I had also been a pretty decent competitor in the sport of powerlifting. I competed in an organization called the American Powerlifting Association, and I held 10 South Carolina state records in my class in that organization. I was the Submaster 275, 308, and Super Heavyweight. I had, between those three classes, I had 10 South Carolina state records at one time. And I decided I wanted to try to give that a go again after my injury. When I got hurt, I was able to, I was bench pressing. My highest in the gym was a 675-pound bench press. I was a pretty strong individual. And after my injury, I wasn't able to do that anymore. That was one of the things that kind of spiraled me down. I wasn't able to do anything that I used to be able to do, and just overwhelmed by that in life. But I decided that I wanted to give that a go again. So I started packing back on weight and ended up competing in the 275-pound weight class as a master. And at 46 years old, I hit a 650-pound squat, which ended up ranking me among current lifters in the single ply 45 to 49-year-old 275-pound class, ranked number one amongst competitive lifters in 2016. Shortly after that, being able to achieve that, I lost both of my parents within a year. I was still eating like a competitive power lifter, but I wasn't training like one, so I ended up gaining a significant amount of body fat and weight back, and I ended up weighing again close to 330 pounds again. And I decided a couple of months ago that I was going to go on a journey to be in the best, the fittest shape of my life at 50. My 50th birthday is September 1st of this year, and my goal is to be in the best shape of my life on my 50th birthday. So I'm working hard towards achieving that now. And through Transformation Talk, not only am I wanting to share some of the principles and some of the knowledge that I've been blessed to be able to obtain about transformation, I'm hoping to inspire and motivate other people. I'm hoping to have other people maybe join in and inspire and motivate as well. But I'm also wanting to share my journey with you guys, and I want you guys to hold me accountable, and I'm going to try to share on a more regular basis of actually what I'm doing on a somewhat daily basis to achieve that goal. Here it is, the first part of March the 9th, when I'm filming this, and so I've got till September 1st. I hadn't even counted the weeks yet. I won't start doing that till actually this weekend. I'll count the weeks out, but I think April, May, June, July, August, 4 or 5 months away. So I'm roughly 20 weeks out, I guess. I'll do the math on that and put it in the comments below. But and right now I'm weighing somewhere around 255 pounds, and my goal will be to be somewhere around 210 to be able to pull that off. I was 202 on the stage at the state at the last bodybuilding competition I did in 2010, and I felt like I was in pretty decent shape then. I want to be in better shape than that, carrying a little bit more lean muscle. So I'm looking to fall somewhere around 210, 212 pounds. So I'm looking to lose 40, 45 more pounds. So I will be sharing what I'm doing to do that, how I'm doing it, and again, I want you guys to hold me accountable, and I'd like to hear from you too. You know, if you're on a journey, I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to be able to help hold you accountable through this show and through what I'm doing through Transformation Talk. I'm really excited about this journey too and this process. I want to be as transparent as I can possibly be, and be completely vulnerable with you guys and open and honest. And again, just hopefully help motivate somebody else that's in a bad place that they don't want to be anymore to start taking the steps that they need to take and making the changes that they need to change to achieve what they're looking to achieve. I did write a book about my first transformation journey. It's available on Amazon. It's called Make It Happen. You can just do a search for that if you're interested in that. It's Make It Happen by Mickey, M-I-K-K-I, Campbell. You type that into the search on Amazon, it'll pop right up. And I was pretty open in that book too. It's not a typical weight loss book as far as that goes. I go into more of the mental side of it because, as I said before, that's 90% of the battle is the mental battle. So that's the battle that I strive to help people achieve. And through all of that, with Get Right Transformation Training, we've got a location in Anderson, South Carolina, where all of my coaching clients that I work with on their transformation journeys are able to come to our gym, and they don't pay a gym membership. They just follow my coaching program, and they're able to come in and use all the equipment that we got. And I'll take you guys on a tour of that, a video tour of that one day on the show too. But with that, I do again offer my coaching through a mobile app that we're really proud of, as far as it's the up-to-date technology that has, and it includes linking it to MyFitnessPal, Fitbits, Apple Watches, all social media platforms. It's got places on there for your progress pictures, places on there for you to keep up with all your personal best, all your goals, all your nutrition, and all the workouts and exercise programs are individually customized by me to fit each and every individual based on their health history, their fitness level, their goals, their needs, their schedules. I do nutritional guidance based on people's goals, their schedule. Everything as far as that goes is individually based as well too. So it's not a cookie cutter program that everybody comes on and does the same diet. If you read my book, or if you do read my book, you'll know that through that, I believe that every diet out there does work. I just think that people need to find which one works for them. And for me, it's a constant change. On my journey, I've done everything from low fat to keto to caloric restriction to plant-based to just everything you can think of under the sun. I think if you're going to go on a transformation journey, you need to be open and willing to experiment. And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know everything, and I never will. But I'm on a constant quest to learn as much as I can possibly learn, and to help as many people as I can possibly help achieve their goals. I learned at a very early age, at 19 years old, one of my childhood heroes, Wahoo McDaniels, asked me at a wrestling match one night how long I'd been wrestling, and I told him, and he asked me if I knew it all, and I told him no, sir. And he said, well, good. And if you ever do, kill yourself, because the world has enough know-it-all. So I'll never, ever claim to be a know-it-all. I'll never want to be a know-it-all. I'll never try to say that my way is the only way. I don't have a way. I just have been blessed with the opportunity to train with some amazing individuals and be able to learn a lot through not only my own personal journey, but I've been able to help hundreds of people over the past 26 years of personal training off and on to achieve some pretty incredible results. And I'd love the opportunity to help you with that too. You can check all that stuff out on your own if you're interested in it. Transformation Talk is not going to be anything that I'm on here every day trying to sell stuff to you. It's just going to be, again, as I said before, hopefully something that will motivate and inspire and encourage people that are looking to make changes in their life, be able to do that, and give some information that will help them on their journey, as well as it's going to be something that I'm going to use to ask you guys to hold me accountable on my own journey. Again, fitty is what I'm after. I want to be in my best shape by my 50th birthday, and I can use all the help I can get. You guys that have been helping me and following me and encouraging me along the way throughout the other journeys and goals and things that I've been fortunate to achieve, and some of the things that I didn't achieve. I appreciate all your help. I appreciate all your encouragement. I appreciate all your support. More than that, I appreciate your love and your prayers. And again, I hope I can help you all in any way that are looking to make those changes. Just let me know through this. It's open feedback, open talk, open discussion. Comment below. Ask me any questions that you got. I'll be glad to answer any questions. I'll be glad to communicate with you through direct message. If you don't want to put any of your questions on the comments below, just shoot me a direct message and we'll have that conversation in private. And I'm not the type of person at the end of that that's going to say, well, you took 30 minutes of my time, so here's an invoice for my time. It's not the way I work. I'm very passionate about helping people, especially those that are in a place that they just no longer want to be in, that are not happy with certain things in their life. If there's something I can do to help them make their life a little bit more better, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm here for. I feel like that's what the reason I went through my own journey was to be able to help other people through their journey. So don't hesitate to ask, and I promise I'll be as open and honest and vulnerable as I can possibly be. You guys have a blessed day. Thanks for sticking in there and hanging with me this long. I didn't mean to ramble this long, but you guys go out there and make it happen.